Hello and welcome to Channel 8 Sports Look Back at the University of Northern Colorado's road back to Florence, Alabama. Hello, I'm Jim Forth, and we're here in Florence, home of the Division II National Championship football game. In this program, we'll take a look at the 1997 Bears team. We'll start things off by taking a closer look at the roller coaster ride they call the regular season. Then we'll go on the road where the Bears dominated in the playoffs. From the playoffs to championship week we go. We'll talk about the banquets, the pep rallies, the parents, and much more. And then the reason we're all here, the Division II National Championship game. We start things off from the beginning, though, right after this.
Visit Greeley Medical Clinic, and you'll notice something pleasantly unique. It's the one medical clinic in northern Colorado that's just big enough to take care of all your health care needs, and just small enough to treat you as an individual. And when it comes to your health, you'll find that's pretty important. No matter what age you happen to be, Greeley Medical Clinic. Healthcare for a lifetime.
With all the so-called car deals these days, searching for just the right car deal can be very puzzling. But there is one car dealer in town that wants to make it easy on both you and your pocketbook. Because buying a new or used car shouldn't be a guessing game. Gent Chevrolet, the first and last word in automobile excellence.
Banking customers in northern Colorado have a wide range of choices. What makes Cash Bank stand out from the rest is simple. It's our people. Come visit your friends at Cash Bank in downtown Greeley and stake your claim with people you know and trust. Cash Bank at the corner of 10th Avenue and 11th Street. Cash Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'd say as a team we need to come together really close, believe in one another, just like last year, almost the same model, just trusting the other players to get the job done. Just good camaraderie, come out and play hard and work hard every day.
We start things off in August when practice started. That led to the first game at Nottingham Field September 6th against Mesa State.
The Bears started the season ranked #1 in the nation and the defending national champions. The Bears were not going to surprise anyone this year. First up for the Bears, the Mesa State Mavericks of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. The Mavericks were looking for the upset and a huge momentum builder for their season. The Edge went to UNC having won all 5 previous meetings, plus they were playing at Nottingham Field where the Bears had not lost. With 22 seconds left in the third quarter, the new option attack of the Mavericks would break through and the Mesa State Mavericks would go up on the Bears 7-6. But second half quarterback Court McGuffey would take control, and he led the Bears to 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns to finally put the upstart Mavs to rest. The first touchdown was a 5-play, 55-yard drive, ending with McGuffey taking it in himself from 3. Tack on a 2-point conversion pass to Dylan Mikus, and the Bears would never look back. The play of the game, though, was McGuffey's second touchdown run with 5 minutes left on the clock.
Second down and 11 for UNC. Their offense and running game seems to have stalled, and here comes Cutler. Oh, McGuffey gets away and has room down the right sideline, and Court McGuffey is going into the end zone on an incredible play.
One more touchdown, and the Bears get their first win of the 1997 regular season, 28-7. Game 2 was against another RMAC foe, the Western State Mountaineers. The Mountaineers had upset on their mind as well. The Bears traveled to Gunnison for the non-conference game, knowing the Mountaineers would not lie down. Western State struck first on the first play from scrimmage when Western's quarterback Eric Hanna found Brandon Cecilia, who made a spectacular diving catch in the end zone for the Mountaineers' first score. At half, the score would be 7-0 Mountaineers. In the third, Western State went 52 yards on 8 plays to score their second touchdown. Mountaineers up 14-0. The Bears finally scored in the fourth quarter when Dean Grable hit Omar Zuniga for a 9-yard touchdown pass with 4:24 left to play. With 1:47 left in the game, Billy Holmes capped a 7-play, 51-yard drive with a 1-yard touchdown run. The score was now 13-14, and Mike Schauer had to hit the extra point to tie the game. The kick was wide left, and the Bears would suffer their first loss of the 1997 season. The loss dropped the Bears to 1-1 on the season, and they fell from number 1 to number 15 in the polls. It also snapped an 8-game winning streak. Would the loss put the Bears into a tailspin, or could Joe Glennon, the defending national champion, put things back together in time for conference play? The Bears would start conference play on the road in Sioux Falls, South Dakota against Augustana. Deja vu. The Vikings would score on their first possession, and the Bears had to battle out of a hole. The Bears scored 21 points in the second quarter. Augustana scored 12, making the halftime score 24-19 Bears. 14 points in the third and 11 in the fourth, and the Bears win the shootout in Sioux Falls, 49-40. The Bears would come home with a record of 2-1 overall and 1-0 in the conference. The Bears were now 13-0 at Nottingham Field as they hosted highly touted St. Cloud State for Game 4 of the regular season. The Bears defense would strike first in this one as free safety Brad Bunning picked off Husky quarterback John Miller and ran 39 yards for the touchdown. The Bears never trailed and went in at half up 20-6 after two Court McGuffey touchdown passes, the first to tight end Andy Hazy. The second was a long one to wideout Omar Zuniga. The Bears held on for the win 30-27. The Bears were still not firing on all cylinders. There was some concern about the defense's ability to stop the big play and the long ball. The offense was sputtering and looking for leaders. Put this all together, and doom was in the picture as the Bears hosted North Dakota State for Game 5 of the regular season. This was the Bison's first road game of the year, and they already had one conference loss. The Bison scored twice in the first. Quarterback Kevin Feeney found Tim Strelo on a 12-yard pass play for the first, and then again this time for 37 yards for the second. In the second quarter, the Bears had control, shutting out the Bison while scoring two touchdowns, including one from Court McGuffey to Omar Zuniga. Up 18-14 at half, the Bears added two Mike Shower field goals, including a 52-yarder in the third to go up 24-14. The Bison then mounted their comeback, scoring twice in the fourth to take the lead and the win from the Bears. The two scoring drives totaled 26 plays and 159 yards. The Bears would suffer their first ever loss at Nottingham Field, their first NCC loss of the year, and their second loss of the season. The roller coaster ride had just begun, and the Bears needed to get back on track fast. In the Bears' 3 wins, they had more than 450 all-purpose yards. In the 2 losses, they totaled closer to 350 yards. Could the Bears regain their footing and continue the battle for an NCC championship and another playoff appearance? For Game 6, the Bears traveled to Vermilion, South Dakota to meet the South Dakota Coyotes. After the first quarter, the Bears weren't looking so good, down 10-3. With less than 5 minutes left in the second, the Bears down 24-10, something snapped. The light turned on, the fire got too hot, and the Bears let loose. Quarterback Court McGuffey hit Dylan Mikas on a 92-yard touchdown pass. The pass broke both an NCC and a UNC record, a one-play drive that took 19 seconds off the clock. The Bears' defense held, and the Coyotes had to punt. What's Mikas decide to do? How about an 86-yard punt return for a touchdown and a tie ball game at half, 24-24? The Coyotes were stunned. The Bears came out in the third to score 2 more touchdowns. None for the Coyotes. Each team scored a touchdown in the fourth, and the Bears win 45-31. The transformation was complete, and the mission was found. Win out and have a chance to make history. Mikas caught 2 passes for 112 yards and 2 touchdowns, plus the punt return for a touchdown. Quarterback McGuffey ran wild with 194 yards on the ground and 210 yards in the air. This is what the Bears needed. The defense was solid and slowly developing into greatness. The Bears come home 4-2, 3-1 in the conference for Game 7 and homecoming versus Mankato State. In the series, the Bears held an 8-6 edge, but from here on out, the Bears had tunnel vision. They didn't care who they were playing or what their record was. All they knew is they had to win. In the second quarter, Shower hit a 34-yard field goal. Then Martin Jones, in his first start at cornerback, picked up a fumble and ran 40 yards for his first college touchdown. With a Billy Holmes 6-yard run in the second, the Bears were up 17-0 at half. The defense was rock-like, not allowing the Mavericks into the end zone for 4 quarters. The ever-elusive shutout. A touchdown in the third and 1 in the fourth, put the Bears up 31-0 for the final. This game was just a tune-up for the upcoming NCC powerhouse and defending NCC champion, Nebraska-Omaha. UNO wanted to come to Greeley and show the Bears who the NCC champs really were. Game 8 would be at Nottingham Field, where the magic was back. The Bears were 5-2, 4-1 in the conference, Well, the Mavericks of UNO were 6-1 and 4-1 in the conference. The Bears pulled out some razzle-dazzle in the first. The UNO defense was over-pursuing, so the Bears ran a reverse to Matt Brunson, who scampered in for the 15-yard score. In the second quarter, the Bears added 13 and the Mavericks added 9 for a halftime score of 20-9. The Bears, already in control, finished things off in the third with 2 touchdown passes, one to Andy Haase and the other to Dylan Mikus.
A second down and 11. Bears trying to march. Over the middle, Dylan Mikus is wide open, catches it at the 20, at the 5-yard line, touchdown, Mikus!
UNO put 8 more points on the board in the fourth. Well, Mike Schauer booted a 36-yarder for the final of 37-17. This was a huge win for the Bears. Now, if they could beat Morningside and South Dakota State, the Bears' last game of the year versus North Dakota could decide the conference champion. Game 9 of the regular season put the Bears back on the road. Morningside was 0-8, 0-6 in the NCC, and the Bears didn't want to be caught off guard. The Bears went in at half up 17-7. Then the Bears came out of hibernation to score 10 in the third and 14 in the fourth, including a 93-yard touchdown run by fullback Mark Ciccarelli, making the final 41-7. The highly touted defense of UNC had a slow start at the beginning of the year. They were always solid, but gave up the big play at inopportune times. By game 9, the front seven of Brian Heil, Donovan Brown, Matt Markley, Aaron Smith, Scott Zimmerman, Brian Scott, and the fully recovered Jamie Heiner was dominating. Plus the secondary with Dirk Johnson back at strong safety, Martin Jones and Nolan Easton at cornerback, and Brad Bunting was solidifying nicely into a tough bunch of characters. Game 10 on the road versus South Dakota State cannot be described as the best game of the year for the Bears, but it was a win just the same. The defense played solid and did not allow the Jackrabbits to get out of hand. Defensive end Aaron Smith recorded 4.5 sacks. UNC left Brookings, South Dakota with a 17-7 win and a chance to capture their first North Central Conference championship in 17 years. Game 11 in Nottingham Field was a big one for both North Dakota and UNC. They were both 7-1 in conference, and not only would a win guarantee a conference championship, but it was the only way the Bears were going to get into the playoffs. The Bears came ready to play. The defense held the Fighting Sioux, Philip Moore, to just 77 yards rushing. Moore was averaging more than 188 yards a game. Aaron Smith had 3 sacks. North Dakota just could not move the ball. UNC, on the other hand, was moving the ball all over the field. The Bears scored twice in the first and hit a field goal in the second to go in at half, up 17-0. In the third, the Bears kept adding to the scoreboard.
3rd down and 7 for UNC. And McGuffey will pass, has the time, has a man, Zuniga, and it's caught for the touchdown! Zuniga being hand-checked almost the entire way.
With just less than 3 minutes left, the Bears lost the shutout. UNC added a late field goal and won their first conference championship since 1981.
And we've been a long time. We've won a conference championship, and we haven't done it in 11 years. I've been here in 17 years since the last one, so this is really special. It's a big win for us program.
The Bears finished the season 9-2, 8-1 in conference, and the conference champs. The Bears dominated the All-NCC team, and Joe Glenn was named NCC Coach of the Year. The NCC first-team defense included Aaron Smith, Brian Scott, Scott Zimmerman, and Dirk Johnson. First-team offense included Chad Ansel, Andy Haase, Dylan Mikus, and Billy Holmes. First-team special teams included place kicker Mike Schauer and return man Dylan Mikus. Honorable mention went to Court McGuffey. Aaron Smith was named the league's most valuable defensive lineman, and Dirk Johnson was named the league's most valuable defensive back.
Wow, what a great regular season. The Bears battled adversity and gained confidence. They turned into an explosive offense and an avalanche-stopping defense. They won their first NCC title in 17 years, and for some, that was just as exciting as winning a national championship. And speaking of national championships, the win against North Dakota guaranteed them a chance to go back to the playoffs and a chance to repeat. We go to the playoffs right after this.
Base Camp to Forester, report.
Me? I'm doing great. This Subaru Forester is a blast to drive. It's got a lot more horsepower than a CR-V. This all-wheel drive goes to anything. Handles easy as a car.
Yes, I know all about the Forester. I meant your mission. Did you rendezvous with your partner?
Oops.
Oh, she's going to pay for this.
The new Subaru Forester. Subaru at King Chamberlain Auto Group. Big city selection, small town service.
We're solid.
We're sound.
We're seasoned.
We're around when you need us. Professional people with a personal touch. First National Bank of Greeley. Professional people with a personal touch. First National Bank of Greeley.
2 convenient locations, Greeley Mall and West 10th Street at 43rd Avenue. Member FDIC.
Now you can enjoy the same great clarity of your office phone.
Yes, Mom. Yes, I know I sound like I'm in my office, but I'm not in my office.
Even the same phone number if you choose.
Yes, you're right again, Mom. You called my office number. I answered it.
New Access 2 Advanced PCS from US West.
Yes, Mom. Yes, you're right. Yes, I have a chamber orchestra in my office.
For a limited time, get up to $100 off a PCS phone. Only from US West. Life's better here.
Oh, this company, they love me.
The biggest thing to happen to TV since color. Introducing TCI Digital Cable. All the channels you get now, plus lots more. More movie channels. More new programming. More of the kind of TV you want, for not much more than you're paying now, right through the cable you already have. Call this number to hook up to TCI Digital Cable.
The Bears finished the regular season ranked 11th in the nation, 3rd in the Midwest region. The top 2 teams in each region got to play at home. That meant the Bears had to go on the road. From the beginning, the Bears knew that the playoff situation would be strictly business. Their first business trip, Pittsburg State.
For the 3rd straight season, the UNC football team opened the NCAA Division II playoffs in Pittsburg, Kansas to face the Gorillas of Pittsburg State. The Bears enter the game with a 9-2 mark following a decisive 34-7 win over North Dakota. While Pitt State enters the game with a 9-1 mark, the Gorillas' lone loss was a 15-14 decision against Northwest Missouri State. For the second time, the Bears defeated the Gorillas in the jungle. Both offenses started the game slowly, and the Gorillas had the first scoring opportunity, but a 37-yard field goal by Josh Barkis just missed. In the second quarter, quarterback Court McGuffey finished a 10-play, 94-yard drive with a 1-yard run of his own. The Bears battled 2 penalties, including a holding call that nullified an apparent 7-yard touchdown run by McGuffey. Pitt State's next drive stalled when UNC's safety Brad Bunning picked off a Zach Seegers pass, giving the Bears the ball at their own 21-yard line. The Bears were faced with a 3rd and 20 from their own 11-yard line when senior Billy Holmes was handed the ball and ran 49 yards into Gorilla territory. 4 plays later, and McGuffey found Keith Grable in the end zone for the Bears' second score and a 14-0 lead. UNC was not through in the first half as Martin Jones intercepted a Seegers pass with less than 1 minute left in the half. Northern Colorado moved the ball to the Gorilla 15-yard line where Michael Schauer hit a 32-yard field goal. Pitt State broke the shutout on a 27-yard field goal in the second half, but a Brian Applewhite 27-yard touchdown run, which followed a great fake punt by Dirk the Maverick Johnson, put the Bears up 24-3. Pitt State was able to tack a couple more scores on in the fourth, but UNC gets the win 24-16. In a rematch of last season's second-round playoff game, the Bears play the Bearcats of Northwest Missouri State. The 11th-ranked Bears entered the game with an overall record of 10-2. UNC won the North Central Conference title with an 8-1 mark in league play. Northwest Missouri State enters the game with the number 3 national ranking and a perfect 12-0 record. The Bearcats won the MIAA with a 9-0 conference record. In the second round of the playoffs, the Bears won their 6th straight playoff game as they overcame sloppy playing conditions to defeat Northwest Missouri State. The loss was the first of the season for the Bearcats, who entered the game with a 12-0 record and the number 3 ranking in the country. The Bears featured a balanced attack with 185 yards rushing and 181 yards in the air. UNC's Dirk Johnson stopped the Bearcats' first drive with an interception at the UNC 1-yard line. However, Billy Holmes fumbled on the Bears' first play from scrimmage, giving the Bearcats the ball deep in Bear territory. The Bearcats needed only 2 plays to get it into the end zone. Northern Colorado took the next kickoff and marched 54 yards on 7 plays, scoring on a home 28-yard run. After another Bearcat turnover, the Bears put another touchdown on the board as quarterback Court McGuffey capped a 25-yard drive with a 5-yard touchdown run. In the second quarter, safety Brad Bunning picked off a Chris Griesen pass, setting the Bears up in good field position. 2 handoffs to Holmes, then McGuffey found Dylan Micas for a 34-yard touchdown pass and a 21-7 lead. Northwest Missouri State came back with an 81-yard drive, ending with a 5-yard touchdown run. After a series of penalties, Aaron Smith blocked the point after, giving UNC a 21-13 advantage at half. The Bears surprised the Bearcats on the first play of the third quarter as McGuffey hooked up with a wide-open Micas for a 65-yard touchdown pass. UNC held off a late push by the Bearcats as defensive tackle Donovan Brown sacked Griesen on a crucial 4th down play in the fourth quarter, and the Bears went 85 yards for the clinching score on a Mark Ciccarelli 10-yard run. The Bears' defense was impressive once again, especially against the run, as Northwest Missouri State was held to only 87 yards on the ground. This is a rematch of last year's national championship game. The 11th-ranked Bears traveled to Jefferson City, Tennessee to face the top-ranked Carson Newman Eagles in the semifinals of the 1997 NCAA Division II football playoffs. UNC enters the game with an overall record of 11-2, and they've been dubbed the Road Warriors. Carson Newman puts an 11-0 record on the line. The Eagles won the South Atlantic Conference Championship with a 7-0 mark. Compared with last year's late second drama, the Bears' first 2 playoff games of 1997 were relatively routine. However, at number 1 Carson Newman, the playoff magic returned. The Bears needed 10 points in the final 8 minutes of the semifinal game to sneak out of Jefferson City, Tennessee with a victory. The Mike Schauer 26-yard field goal with a minute remaining gave UNC a 1-point lead, and the Bear defense was able to stop the last-second Carson Newman drive. Quarterback Court McGuffey led 2 fourth-quarter drives. The first led to an Andy Haase touchdown reception to bring the Bears within 2. The second led to Schauer's game-winning kick. On the day, McGuffey was 27 of 41 for 311 yards and the touchdown pass to Haase. Senior Billy Holmes' streak of 100-yard-plus playoff performances was snapped at 6. He still ran for 74 yards and 3 touchdowns, while junior Dylan Micas had 9 catches for 125 yards. On the defensive side of the ball, Aaron Smith continued his strong play with 10 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception, and a crucial blocked point after. The Bears win this one 30-29. It's their 9th straight as they go to Alabama.
The Bears truly dominated away from home, winning 7 straight road games, including the 3 playoff wins. The Bears demanded respect, and they got it during the playoffs. Coming back here to Florence, Alabama would give the Bears a chance to join North Dakota State, North Alabama, and Southwest Texas as the only schools to win back-to-back Division II titles. When we come back, we'll examine the pomp and circumstance of Championship Week.
Banking customers in Northern Colorado have a wide range of choices. What makes Cash Bank stand out from the rest is simple. It's our people. Come visit your friends at Cash Bank in downtown Greeley and stake your claim with people you know and trust. Cash Bank at the corner of 10th Avenue and 11th Street. Cash Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Oh, look, now, this is a very important deal.
Now you can enjoy the same great clarity of your office phone.
Good idea. I can get her on the line, too.
The same convenient features like call waiting.
Hold on. Got somebody on the other line.
And caller ID.
Oh, sure.
With new access to advanced PCS from US West.
I need someone to take a letter. Now.
It works so much like your office phone.
I don't write it.
You may forget you're not in your office.
Sorry.
For a limited time, get up to $100 off a PCS phone. Only from US West. Life's better here.
Girl, you remember that last game? It was bad. They were bad. Okay? What's the Colorado explosion? It's driving, sliding, diving, gliding, jamming, screaming, singing, toe tapping, head rocking, finger popping. Good time. It's pure basketball. Pure excitement. Call now for tickets. 303-832-2229. Explosion Basketball. It's a blast.
With
all the so-called car deals these days, searching for just the right car deal can be very puzzling. But there is one car dealer in town that wants to make it easy on both you and your pocketbook. Because buying a new or used car shouldn't be a guessing game. Gent Chevrolet, the first and last word in automobile excellence.
We love to watch TV. So when I heard all this stuff about how satellite TV is better than cable, I thought, great. Not so great. For instance, additional outlets. With cable TV, they don't cost much at all. With satellite TV and a separate receiver for each set, that could cost a bundle. And get this, we're responsible for service and installation. Our cable company has been providing guaranteed service for years. Satellite TV? No thanks. We'll keep our cable.
Cable TV, the best value in home entertainment.
People here in Florence sure do know how to treat a football team. And even though the Bears have been here once before, the championship committee did it up big here in the Shoals.
Just so excited to be back here again. We had such a great time last year, and people here in Florence were wonderful, wonderful hosts last year and again this year.
Go marching in, when the Bears go marching in, I'll be in that number. Oh, when the Bears go marching in.
For 2 years now, we enjoyed the Coloradans. They've been like a family to us, and we've all bonded together. It's like a hometown. They sent the helmet and all the T-shirts, and we took the newspaper clippings, and they brought banners, and just over there, and the regular people, when they say that, where'd that come from? I said, the boys from Colorado sent it. Yeah, go Bears!
Well, awaiting game time for the Bears' second attempt at a national title, parents, boosters, and fans alike attribute UNC's continuing success to Joe Glenn and his staff.
Joe has gotten out of this program everything I always thought it could be. I think he does a good job recruiting in Colorado. He's got a very stable staff. They've built a real solid foundation.
Joe has got such a good, hardcore bunch of kids that he's building that this is going to be a tradition.
They play for each other. They play hard for themselves. They play hard for the coaches, and that's what makes the team a winner.
Joe Glenn, he's such a diplomat, you know, and he's got a good feel for the game, and he really likes people, and it's evident when he comes in your home, you know, that he really believes in Colorado kids, and he wants to build that nucleus, and he's more rounded than just football. He's a real decent human being, and that's real important. And when you got a guy like that can nurture that, you really want your son to play for a person like that.
To have my son be mentored by those kinds of quality men, you know, I wrote Joe Glenn a thank you note last year, and I said, you know, to be this kind of a person is to act as a hand of God, you know, for these young men, and I really believe that.
I see a real togetherness in the kids. You know, there's nothing that can beat them. They just want to all help each other. There's no egos on this team. All the kids give credit to all the other kids, and they're just a real powerhouse.
The team respects the coaches respect the team. They're both proud of each other, and it shows that on the field.
They've got a coaching staff that pushes them really hard, but also respects and understands the fact that they need to back off at times, and so they've made it fun. And when you experience success to the level that they have, especially last year, there's a hunger for it again, and they feel like we can't be beat. We won the national championship. There's no reason we shouldn't win it again. And when you take that attitude, then you reach that level of cockiness and confidence, and that pushes you forward. And sometimes you even play at a level maybe that's a little higher than what you really are, and that's a sign of a good football team.
I think the cohesiveness here is probably Joe Glenn. He is a wonderful, wonderful coach, and just a wonderful guy that's got such a warm, caring sense about him, and we just all enjoy it.
I think the coaching staff, the experience this team has had, they've been there, done it, know how to come back, and no breaks.
Joe's just such a special man, and the kids love him.
and he just has that way of bringing them out. And when Joe says something to the kids, they know that he means what he says. And when he says, "I love every kid out there," he does. It's like those kids are all Joe and Michelle Glenn's kids. They're just a big family.
In what is fast becoming a tradition, UNC faithful gathered in the courtyard of the Bears' home base, the Shetfield Holiday Inn, and brought down the house. The Bears, 12-2, have a chance to become the 4th team ever to repeat as Division II national champs. UNC has won 9 straight games up to this point. They are ranked 11th in the country. This is the big one. All the barbecues, the pep rallies, the media days, they're over. And that's all fine and good, because from the time the Bears stepped off the plane, they were ready to prove to the world they were indeed the best of the best. Joe Glenn and his staff had prepared this team physically and mentally. The culmination of all their hard work came down to 4 quarters of football. Game day, Saturday, December 13th, Brawley Municipal Stadium, a familiar venue for these Bears and these coaches. The fans arrived early to cheer on the Road Warriors. It was during pregame on this chilly Saturday that Joe Glenn thanked his seniors, spurred on the underclassmen, and challenged this 1997 Bears team to excel, to rise to a higher level, and bring this championship home.
How you doing? Yeah, Greg, good to see you again. Good luck to you.
Thank you very
and congrats
much, sir.
again.
Thank you very much.
Nice honor for both of us, isn't it?
Sir, it sure
Thanks
is.
a lot,
Good luck
Greg.
to you.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go, seniors!
Great day to be a Bear, baby.
Hey, let's go. Come on, seniors. Show them the way. Captain Zim. A lot of fun, Chad. One more time, baby. Andy. Better not. I love you, man. Let's do it. Hey, seniors. I'll miss you. Have a great game, babe. Yeah. I'll miss you. Do it. Let's do it. Thank you. Brian. Miss you guys. Let's go, McGuff. Tuba, man. Hey, I love you, man. Been a great run, huh? I love you. Always, Bear. Anywhere I'm at, you're at. You know that. We're together in spirit. Good job, Billy. Thanks for everything. Thank you. Let's go, Jimmy. This is the best, isn't it? This is what it's all about. This is the best. That's what it is. This is the ultimate in competition. When you play for the championship of the United States at your level, this is the greatest competition you could imagine. It's what you all dream about. Well, as little kids, what we dream about. Playing in the street in your hometown or in your neighborhood. Grow up into high school and then it's a state championship or a conference. You've now gone on and won the conference. You've gone on and won the Midwest Championship. On the road, on the road, on the road. Nobody gave you any credit. And they still don't give you any credit because I see one magazine come out and pick you to get beat again. Does that surprise you? No, it doesn't surprise me either. But that's just the way it is for you guys. You have just overcome and overcome and overcome all the time. And I believe you will overcome today. We can't get out and do it with you, but you're a great football team. This team improved again from start to finish more than any we've ever had. I admire the hell out of you fellas. When we're fat, old, and bald and celebrating this national championship, 25-year reunions, I'll remember you guys as the greatest team, start to finish. Come on, improved more than any we've ever had.
But the Bears have one more piece of business to take care of, and that's the number 2 ranked New Haven Chargers. We'll have highlights from the 1997 Division II National Championship right after this.
We're solid. We're sound. We're seasoned. We're around when you need us. Professional people with a personal touch. First National Bank of Greeley. Professional people with a personal touch. First National Bank of Greeley.
2 convenient locations, Greeley Mall and West 10th Street at 43rd Avenue. Member FDIC.
Satellite TV, hundreds of channels, better than cable, sounds great. Forget about it. First, the guy tells me I need all this hardware. Ka-ching! Then there's installation, another $200. No problem. Then I find out satellite systems don't carry local channels. What's up with that? I watch local news, sports, and weather twice a day. And get this, with satellite TV, the same channels I already have with cable could actually cost more. Satellite TV? No thanks. I'll keep my cable.
Cable TV, the best value in home entertainment.
Cold enough for you? Yeah. Quick race around the block? You and me, around the block.
I don't think so.
Look, they say the Subaru is better in the snow than your BMW, and I say we find out.
In tests, an all-wheel drive Subaru outhandled the BMW 328i with traction control.
Am I sensing a little reluctance?
Subaru at King Chamberlain Auto Group. Big city selection, small town service.
Visit Greeley Medical Clinic, and you'll notice something pleasantly unique. It's the one medical clinic in northern Colorado that's just big enough to take care of all your health care needs, and just small enough to treat you as an individual. And when it comes to your health, you'll find that's pretty important. No matter what age you happen to be, Greeley Medical Clinic. Health care for a lifetime.
The biggest thing to happen to TV since color. Introducing TCI Digital Cable. All the channels you get now, plus lots more. More movie channels. More new programming. More of the kind of TV you want, for not much more than you're paying now, right through the cable you already have. Call this number to hook up to TCI Digital Cable.
The 1997 NCAA Division II Football Championship pitted the number 2 University of New Haven Chargers versus our own University of Northern Colorado Bears on Saturday, December 13th, 1997 at Brawley Municipal Stadium in Florence, Alabama. This was the Bears' second appearance in the national championship game, and they came ready to play. For the call, let's go straight to the source, the voice of the Bears, Mike Rice, and the head coach, Joe Glenn.
Team, fourth play of the game, coach on 4th and 2, the Maverick breaks loose, and it was pretty much over from here.
Can you believe that?
Hey, wait a minute. That's
the Maverick, as he's been tabbed, just really is being Dirk. That's all you can say. And he took off and ran about 40 yards on a fake punt, and that was the beginning of the end, I think a lot of people are saying.
Down to the 25. 2 plays later, a 20-yard touchdown to Dylan Mikas, wide open.
Johnny on the spot. Dylan ran a great route. He put a head fake on Appling, shook loose inside, and Court laid the ball right where it needed to be, and we go up 7-0.
The defense set the tone on New Haven's first possession. Quarterback Kazi Kasholik is going to get dirked right here.
Oh, look out.
That's big time right there.
Where was he looking? He really got nailed, and that stuff was going on all day long. The Bears were really a physical outfit and really out-hit the Chargers.
Nice catch here by Keith Grable on the Bears' next possession for a first down.
That was a great catch by Keith Grable, a sophomore out of Horizon High School.
Then Billy, 15 yards of his 195, had 3 touchdowns, set a championship game record with 195.
Well, Mike, look at those gaping holes. What a great job up front, and I think anytime there's total domination, the lines are doing a great job, and our offensive line really has to be commended, as well as our defensive line. Billy will be the first guy to give credit to the O-line.
Brian Applewhite's run set up that 3-yard touchdown from Holmes, and it was 14-0 with 8.5 to go in the first quarter. New Haven still tries to get that passing attack going, but not with Smitty around.
Well, Smitty shows up every Saturday, and 20 sacks later, he's our school record holder, 20 this season, or 20 plus.
Kosholik had to cover up for a loss of 17 when the snap went over his head, and then Smith again, 2.5 sacks in the championship game.
Well, he is relentless and really plays the game with the eye of the tiger, and Aaron is junior team captain, got another year left, 6'6", 270-pound junior out of Sierra High School in Colorado Springs.
Billy would be hit by Lids Eugene there, number 13, and yet the Bears will get it back after each team punted. Start at their own 29, and from the 40, Brian Applewhite loose for 18 yards. Keeps chugging.
Well, that's good running. Our trap plays worked real good Saturday. I thought our bigger runs came off trap, and that says a lot for, again, the O-line. Great job of pass protection there as well.
Andy Haase on the receiving end from 40 yards out, 2 plays later. Coach 21 zip after that 71-yard, 6-play drive. 13:42 to go before halftime. It's a blowout right now.
If Haase comes back, he's going to get it. I didn't know he did that goose walk there.
Chargers get stuffed up. Brian Scott leads the charge against Don Highsmith, and then Corey Jones breaks off a 12-yarder to the Bears' 42. From the 25, though, it's Dirk Johnson again, this time with the INT. Or I should say this after a catch by Kettrick Barnes, but then Kosholik finds the wrong guy.
Well, again, heavy pass rush. He has to scramble out. And great break on the ball by the senior out of Montrose, Colorado. Good job, Dirk. He's having some fun, isn't he?
Interception in 6 straight ball games. New Haven has it back after a UNC punt. The defense, though, Coach, drops Highsmith for a loss of 2. 22 rushing yards for the Chargers all day. They never could get it together no matter how much they talked about it.
Well, Donovan Brown, Mark Lee, and those guys up front. I thought Brian Heil had a great game Saturday. More pressure on the quarterback. Defense keeping it in front like Mike had hoped, and did a nice job of rallying up and making sure tackles, and they weren't going to beat us with that stuff.
Brad Bunning comes up with another pick for the Bears, and he would return it to the 28 and then get 15 yards on a face mask.
Well, Bunts, he's an old quarterback, run the option, and he loves to get that ball in his hands, and he again had a lot of picks for us this year. I think he ended up the season with 7 picks. Nice job, Bunts.
From the 43, McGuffey will lose 6, one of the few lowlights, if you will, for the Bears on Saturday. But it really wouldn't matter. Coach, again, a good contingent, about 400 strong.
Mike, that's part of our deal, the family of UNC people, and they certainly did. They started cheering an hour before the game. I was hoping they weren't going to run out of gas.
Billy Holmes gets 11 to the 48-yard line, and then Mark Ciccarelli will break free out of the backfield for 7 and a first down.
That's our patented Texas play, and great job, Ciccarelli.
Then it's Dylan Mikas, the leading receiver, the transfer from Hawaii, 36 yards down to the 7-yard line.
Well, that ball couldn't have been thrown any better, and again, good call by Coach Dalton. And here we go with the little option stuff. Look at the block on the perimeter. Executed, tailback makes a safety miss, and you get good results. That was just great execution. Good job of blocking up front as well.
PAT off the upright, so it was 27-0 with just under 2 minutes to go in the second. Coach, the Bears still hitting. Ciccarelli's going to come up big on the ensuing kickoff. Special teams, offense, defense. Bears were 4 stars in every category.
Couldn't have been. There's too many people there.
Yeah. Barnes right there.
Oh, my gosh. The sophomore out of Raton, New Mexico is a fullback, making a big statement there with a big hit.
Highsmith, nothing.
Brian Scott, Estes Park. Look at Markley throwing his half in there.
Smith, another sack. Loss of 7 here. He just throw an offensive lineman out of his way.
Brian Heil joins in on the party. Smitty going to get up
and then Smith and Heil combine here to nab Kosholik.
Great pass rush, and that's mostly a four-man rush, Mike, so credit those guys with great effort.
Yeah, the fans loving it in Florence. UNC starts at its 40 after the punt. Bears with about 30 or 40 seconds left here in the half, and Billy Holmes on the shovel pass takes it for 26 yards.
Well, that's a great call, and we've got just a little bit of time left to score, and we're hoping to get into field goal range, if not, and just knock another 3 in.
Cliff Casco in the receiving act for 4 yards to the 30.
And we got out of bounds there, kinda.
And then Billy up the middle, Coach, 23 yards. What a call.
That's a gutsy call, because we're out of timeouts. And but look at Billy run and look at him block. And I think I heard on ESPN they said, "See Billy run." I think that's spike the ball. We've got a down to burn, so we opted for the fake field goal, Franco we call it, and you'll like this.
Shower looks like he's going to kick it. Dean Grable pulls it down, and guess who's on the receiving end? For the first time, a touchdown catch for
Brian Lusk.
There he is.
Skyline High School in Longmont, Colorado, and that's great. Glad to see Brian go out with a touchdown.
35-0 at halftime as McGuffey is going to find Keith Grable. This is a great catch on the two-point conversion. And, Coach, you're rolling with a second to go in the second period.
Well, the two-point conversion got us back on our normal 7s, and McGuffey comes out, it's covered, so he starts to run, pulls him out of coverage, and that's classy quarterback.
With all the so-called car deals these days, searching for just the right car deal can be very puzzling. But there is one car dealer in town that wants to make it easy on both you and your pocketbook. Because buying a new or used car shouldn't be a guessing game. Gent Chevrolet, the first and last word in automobile excellence.
Now you can enjoy the same great clarity of your office phone.
Mom, I know I sound like I'm in my office, but I'm not in my office.
The same convenient features.
Hold on a second, Mom. I have a call waiting. No, that doesn't prove I'm in my office.
With new Access 2 Advanced PCS from US West.
Yeah, Mom. Yes, just wait a second.
For a limited time, get up to $100 off a PCS phone. Only from US West. Life's better here.
Banking customers in Northern Colorado have a wide range of choices. What makes Cash Bank stand out from the rest is simple. It's our people. Come visit your friends at Cash Bank in downtown Greeley and stake your claim with people you know and trust. Cash Bank, at the corner of 10th Avenue and 11th Street. Cash Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Visit Greeley Medical Clinic, and you'll notice something pleasantly unique. It's the one medical clinic in Northern Colorado that's just big enough to take care of all your health care needs, and just small enough to treat you as an individual. And when it comes to your health, you'll find that's pretty important. No matter what age you happen to be, Greeley Medical Clinic. Health care for a lifetime.
Coach Nolan Easton is going to lay a licking right here on Adam Roman. This is a Deke leader.
Oh, stay tuned. Over here by the sideline, number 12 gets, bam! And he was hurt. He was out of the game for a while, and Nolan started to get crazy, but got back to his senses.
Roman came back in a couple of plays later, caught this 11-yard pass to the Bears 47, and then Ketrick Barnes slips behind the D for 33 yards down to the 12.
It's the only time we came out of coverage all day long, and good enough for Morlock that he came back and made the play.
And then, Roman gets belted by Zimmerman, and Morlock's on the fumble.
And Dirk Johnson had a hand in that as well, so another hard pop, and that was the last of Roman, the guy that scored 3 touchdowns the week before against Cal Davis.
After a UNC punt, Don Highsmith gains 9. And 2nd and 9 at the Bears 15. Matt Markley and Zimmerman close in on Kosholik. One of 7 sacks on the day, Coach.
Well, that's just tremendous pass rushing. That's just hard work. Anytime you're working the pass rush, you are just outworking or out-athleting the guy in front of you, and there's tremendous effort from our front four.
Bears will get it back on downs. Morlock tips it away, intended for Jawan Eldridge in the end zone.
I think Morlock wanted to get that down before they scored. He was making a tone.
Late in the third, Dirk Johnson will launch the punt. Coach, you couldn't go down and place it any closer to the goal line. 59 yards out at the half-yard line.
I knew it went out on the half-yard line. Everything was going our way. Getting a little slap happy about this time.
Dirk's mom, Lynn, ringing things up on the cowbell.
Got the cowbell.
And then the safety comes. Markley and Zimmerman team up for 2 points.
Look at that bull rush, and the shark comes in from the back, and defense love to get a safety.
The Glenn boys.
Hey, that's what Pat and Dorothy started right there.
UNC starts at the 47. We won't go there, Coach. We'll stick to the highlights, okay? Billy for 10 yards up the middle.
This guy, hey, get out of the way.
Yeah, he's pushing
Slim.
the left.
They call that umpire Slim. Slim got away. He's probably the hardest Billy got hit all day.
Yeah, exactly right. It was the best tackle by a New Haven guy all afternoon. Dean Grable in at quarterback, and Andy Haase gets 4 yards.
Great move there by Andy. He's not doing this.
Then Billy for 11 yards, his 3rd touchdown for the 2nd straight week. 44 zip. We're 45 seconds into the 4th, and right now it's garbage time.
Mike, I'd like to give credit to the receiver who made that block in the end zone. Was that Dylan Micus? I believe it was. Excellent job.
New Haven with it. Elvert Eden breaks for 14 yards to the 36, but on 4th down, Brian Heil, one of the seniors, takes a curtain call.
Good job, Brian, and he sure had a great year for us, and all the deep snapping and extra point, PAT field goal stuff, we'll really miss old Brian. Coach Bresky's still serious. It's 44-0. I can't get a smile out of him on the side.
Kasholik to Eden for 9 yards. Coach Bresky wants that shutout. They could smell it, and with play like this, as you said earlier, everything stayed in front of guys on defensively.
Our game plan was perfect on defense, and our kids went out and executed it. Real good job.
Highsmith struggles for 12 yards, but came in averaging over 100 on the day and was kept right around 60. And then Kasholik gets it to Barnes, punched out by Chris Koval, and the Bears are on their 5th turnover.
Good job, Chris. George Smith falls on it. Good job. A couple of Colorado Springs freshmen. You'll see more of those guys down in the future.
Dare we say George Carter Smith.
George Carter Smith.
Late in the 4th now, Jason Heinrich, a redshirt freshman, rumbles for 23 yards down to the 11.
Heine had some good runs, and it was great to see him get involved.
And then Dean Grable celebrates a little bit early. Wow.
Well, don't celebrate too soon, but he got in the end zone. It's good to see Dean contribute, and he had a fine game. And here comes the grizzled old veteran out of the press box, and good job, Coach K. Dalton. Long time, grand old coach.
One last desperation try to get on the board. Todd Weibel out of Greeley West makes the pick, his first career interception.
Good job, Todd. And about that time, one of our coaches yelled out across the field, Harlan Hill Trophy candidate. And that was our coordinator, I think.
Well, the party is on. We won't mention which one, though.
But I'm Mr. Outback.
G'day.
I heard you've been saying nasty things about my Explorer.
All I said was my Outback here has better braking, quicker acceleration, and better gas mileage. But look on the bright side. You did pay a whole lot more.
That's right. I did.
Subaru Outback.
Subaru at King Chamberlain Auto Group. Big city selection, small town service.
Weld County is growing, and new homes are springing up all over town. First National Bank is a leader in construction and permanent real estate financing. Our competitive rate, quick turnarounds, and personal service are why we're the bank Weld County calls first for construction and real estate finance. 2 convenient locations, Greeley Mall and West 10th Street at 43rd Avenue. First National Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
So I've been seeing these ads. Satellite TV, a gazillion channels for one amazing low price. Well, guess what? There is no amazing low price. I checked it out. First, they tell me I gotta get all this stuff. Then I gotta pay for installation. Not cheap. And on top of all that, I still have to pay for programming. And if I want separate equipment for each TV, that could cost several $100s more. Satellite TV? No thanks. I'll keep my cable.
Cable TV, the best value in home entertainment.
When this team came out, they were just electric. And everything they touched turned to gold. They certainly had the Midas touch. And they went after him with a vengeance and started just almost in a flurry that New Haven just couldn't fight them off. And they were just too much for the Chargers on this day. And they poured it on until halftime. And it seemed like every call that was made was perfect. Every play that was called was perfectly executed. And when you're in sync as a group of coaches and players, that's what happens. And I doubt if it'll ever happen again in my lifetime, the way everything unfolded. And but these guys just did everything to perfection. The defense poured it on, the offense poured it on. Special teams followed it up right before half with the fake field goal, and great effort.
I can't believe we won. First of all, won like that, but you know, we did say in the room, the team meeting last night, that we was gonna win and win big, and to do it in this fashion is amazing, and to have a performance like God blessed me with is just more than I could ever ask for, and I'm just glad to be going out like this as a senior and leaving a mark like this, and I could bring my kids back to a game like this and say, hey, you know, I did all right in this game, and my team did it back-to-back, so it feels good.
It's great. It's a wonderful feeling. It's great to know that, you know, the first time a lot of people said, you know, we were lucky to get through the playoffs and stuff, and this way, you know, it kind of proves ourselves, and it just feels great.
You know, it's an early Christmas, I tell you what, and you just can't go out any better style than this, 51-0. We got respect for Greeley, Colorado, and most of all our team. So, why is that? You know, last year I was a junior, and you know you have another chance. You have another chance to put on the blue and gold and play for Northern Colorado, and you know, and that's done. And what a you can't get any better than this. So one team goes out winning, and this one's pretty sweet.
Last year, I think I got a little more emotional, just a joy in my heart. But this year, it's been a longer struggle for us, and having that target on our chest. So I feel a little more satisfied. We've really struggled and had to fight through some stuff to reach the pinnacle right now.
Oh, it feels great. It's something I can't really describe. We just came out and played a great game overall, both defensively and offensively, and then it just feels great.
It's awesome. It's wonderful. You know, I mean, you know, what dreams are made of.
This year I had a major hand in it, and it was a lot better for me personally, but, you know, they're both the same, both national champions, and it's a great feeling.
Oh, it feels even better because you're a senior, and that's the only way you want to go out, especially in a blowout fashion. Just makes it all that much better.
I feel awesome. You know, I just feel so great right now. I mean, I came in last year, I was here, but I didn't play because I was hurt. And so to get to be here again with a couple other guys that didn't get to do it, like Maston and Plute, I can't remember them all, but we got to come here and get one for a team again. So it's awesome. I love it. I love it a lot.
Boy, I feel too good. I don't know. It's hard to put it in words right now. I mean, you know, transferring in and first year we win the national championship. It's the greatest feeling in the world. My man Maston's back here losing his mind. I don't know. I mean, everyone is just so happy right now. It's really hard to put it in words, and I don't think it's really sunk in yet.
Unbelievable. It just, Michelle and I talked real quick after the game. It's like we have two children. The first one was beautiful, and we loved it, and how wonderful it was, and you wondered, could it ever be matched again until we had another child? And that's kind of the way these two championships are. The first one was great, and the second one was just as great, and I couldn't maybe put one above the other, but they were both just awesome.
We're back here in Greeley now, and the work is done. The business trips are over, and the Bears are sweet home Alabama. They are the 1997 Division II national champions. Back-to-back wins for the Bears. Thank you for joining us on the road back to glory, right here on TCI Channel 8 Sports.